Good morning, this is May the 4th, Sunday, 2025. We are in BBA second semester, where we have been reading the essay, Understanding Cultural Identities in Intercultural Communication for many days. It's a long essay, 17-page essay, and we are having a difficult time reading this. We are having more problem because presenters are not making presentations regularly. So today we have another presenter, Miss Namika. Namika, what's your last name? Mahajan. So we have Namika Mahajan. She will be presenting our register. Step 3. Step 1. Okay, before I call her, she has asked me not to film her presentation. So I will keep the camera down, okay? So Namika, you can use this mic to make sure voice is recorded. And you can move on. Go for presentation, Namika. I put the camera down. Here's the pen. First, introduce yourself. And then introduce the topic. And then present. Class, as she is presenting, you have to listen very carefully and make notes of your listen. You are not just listening to her. You are not just listening. You are making notes. At the end of the presentation, I will come to your call and check your copy. Put notes in your copy. So begin. Okay, always first write and then look at them and then speak. Now, why do I want to record? I want to record. Now, once she doesn't allow me to record, now I don't know what happened. If I could record, I would know. These are the problems she's facing. Don't touch your fingers. Touch only with the pen. It's all right. When you allow us to record the whole thing, we have difficulty, right? I don't know what difficulty we have. Now in somebody, I do not know what difficulty we have. Recording means, it's not only about it, it's about researching, knowing what is teacher. You did not know this, you don't know what this is, right? That means teachers do not know if you don't listen, I'll kick you out. It's very important that you have discipline to listen to her. She's a student, your classmate, and while she's presenting, it's very important you pay attention to her. If you talk among yourselves and you ignore her, I'll simply kick you out of the class. Sorry to use the word kick, but I know that. So listen to her. It's important because they can't sound like me. They can't have a very heavy voice, loud voice. You have to listen with effort while they present. And make notes while they write on the board. If it takes long time for you to write, what do? You look on your copy, then look on their face and speak up.
Step 1, what do I think about communication or culture? Communication is defined as sharing information ideas with each other, whereas
Wait a minute. Avoid reading like this from the page. You share a point, now explain without looking at them. That's very difficult, I know, but try that. Please, when you come to present, do not read long stretch of text from the note copy. Look at the audience and explain. Go.
communication means sharing information with each other,
Good. Communication is sharing information with each other. Good.
and culture is a broad concept where many people think different things about culture.
Okay, wait a minute. She said culture is a concept. What kind of concept? What kind of concept? She said culture is a very broad concept. What kind of concept she said? I'm simply checking if her voice was audible to you. Is she audible to you? Yes. What's your name? She said culture is a broad concept. Right? Pay attention. She said culture is, look at me. You are not here simply physically to sit like a dumb person. Listen to her carefully, make notes, understand, put questions, interact and learn. Okay? When somebody presents, you have a role. The audience also has role. Active listening. What is active listening? You listen, you process, you take what is useful, you throw what is not useful. What is passive listening? You listen, you process nothing, you throw everything out. Garbage in, garbage out. Go on.
This step means how you define culture and communication because everyone thinks about this concept differently and those beliefs can affect how you understand other people's situations or relations.
Okay, different people have different understanding of what is culture. And that different understanding can affect your communication.
Approaches to culture, culture and place means often understand a person culture by asking where they are from, their education, where they choose about their lifestyle.
Give an example from your own example. You are a Nevar girl, right? Where do you come from? Warko. Have your ancestors lived in this valley? Yes, you are a typical Nevari Maharjan girl, right? So, if you say, I am a Maharjan Nevar girl from Kathmandu, what do I know about your culture? What do I expect to know? Yeah? Can you tell how are Nevar people? What is typical characteristic of Nevar people in Kathmandu Valley? Mahajans, typically. Agriculture? They do a lot of agriculture, right? I have seen Mahajans going to market with vegetables to sell. I have seen. Mahajans, particularly the agricultural community, right? So, for example, if you say, I am a Mahajan from Kathmandu Valley, I know quickly that you must be a girl from agricultural family, right? So, place tells about your cultural identity. If you said, I am from Los Angeles, I instantly guess that you must be a very rich girl. Live in America. Where? In California. It's good.
We assume people from the same place speak the same language, share similar values, and communicate in similar ways. For example, a person from Nepal might celebrate Dasai and Bihar, speak Nepali, and show respect by putting their hands.
Wait a minute. good example. I appreciate it. But the problem is, as a presenter, we do not read like this. We keep the book copy like this and we say, see, on the Nepali, we go like this. We look at them and speak.
When someone says, they are from the article might assure they enjoy communication and allies valuing and live in a close community.
You don't have to explain everything. Pick up a point, look at them and explain. Do not make a lot of effort to say everything. Right? It's not possible. When you come to a presentation, do not try to tell everything. That's not possible. Pick up a point and explain. The most important thing for a presenter is talking to the audience without looking in the nose.
Culture has ancestry and people which memories the culture to a person who has a background and this.
Give an example of cultural ancestry. Newar culture. You are a Newar girl. So culture as ancestry. Your ancestors have given in Newar culture, right? So your ancestors were Newar people and they have handed down Newari culture to you. Yes.
A person from a community in the following forest is traditional, traditional, based on language. This culture practices come from the understood and are passed on to This approach also includes when people make assumptions about someone's culture just by looking at their race or background.
Wait, मैं ऐसे complain कर रहा हूँ। सुनो, बहुत ही बार डालने का हमें problem आ रही है। When we record the whole scene, we have a concept of what happened in class, problems, difficulties, then I could make a note. We have this problem, right? But when we put the camera down, now we don't have any record of what happened. That's why it's important to record everything. Because recording is not only recording your face, recording is what is going on in the classroom. What problems I had today. Look, I went to ma'am and I complained her. Right? It's a problem.
Culture as an architect says that they understood our culture by looking at the things people create, like their art, music, crafts, foods, and things.
But give an example of Mahajan people's art and artifact. What kind of art and artifact does Mahajan community have? What is your music? What is your food? What are your carvings and people like that? Or you can use Newari people. What is Newari people's art and artifact? Okay, temples, good. Statues, wood carvings. What kind of carvings do you see in the temples? Have you been to temples? Have you seen the carvings? What are they about? Gods, goddesses. Okay, go ahead. तिमीले यसरी बोल्दैमा त झन् सुन्दैन नि त्यहाँबाट स्टेला एक त उसको आवाज त्यसै पनि सानो चाहिँ बिचरा मजुरो बोल्छ होइन तिम्रो पनि त्यस्तै छ नि तिमी चौकी पनि बोल्छ र तर तिमी जुन यहाँ गफरे उसको आवाज झन् दबेर जान्छ कतिचोटि सिकायो मैले उसले बोल्दा सुन्नु पर्यो होला तिमीले गाली गरे मैले पढाउँछु They show the belief, the skill and history of the people. Good.
This kind of art and objects helps us to understand the culture, movements, and
Next. That's all. Give her a big hand. पहिला बोल्नु randomly. तपाईले यहाँहरुले के प्रेजेन्ट गर्नु भन्नुपर्छ उसले के भने त तपाईले भन्नु पर्यो कि सुनेहरुले थाहा हुन्छ वर्ड अफ टेन्डेन्सी एकजना आउनुस् त अगाडि भन्नुस् के भन्नु सुशोभित कार्की ओ सुशोभित ल त्यहाँ गएर भनौँ उसले के भने छिटो किन आएर के हो सुनेन उसो भयो सुनेर मूर्ख मूर्ख उसले पढेर यो उसले उसको प्रेजेन्टेसन गर्नु भर्खर हो त्यही भएर मैले के सिकाएको सुन्ने के भनेको थिएँ वाज प्लेन मेकर्स बनाएँ मैले त्यो बनाएर त भन्न आउँदैन प्रेजेन्टेसन गर्दा क्लासमा तपाईँ बस्नु मात्रै बस्न आएको होइन नि थच्छ बस्न आएको होइन त्यही भयो थच्छ बस्न आएको भएन अब भन्दा छैन कि ओके अमिषा ओली त जो उसले के पनि गरेर उसले गरेको पहिला उसको भन्नु उसले गरेर उसले के सुने के बुझ्नु भन्नु त्यहाँ गएर छिटो 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 के सकेन भने के भन्नु सक्दैन किन सकेन काम Oh, two examples. Hello. You are not paying attention. And it is a waste of time. It is a waste of time. Because you are simply doing formality. Presenter simply राम्रो गर्न खोज्छ कपी लेखेर ल्यायो एक कुरा त्यहाँ लेख्यो खुर्न पढ्यो बिस्तारै बोल्यो कसैले सुन्दैन प्रेजेन्टर पनि सिन्सियर भयो क्लास यस्तै त हो नि के मतलब क्लास पनि सिन्सियर भयो दिस इज नट गुड लर्निङ ह्यापन्स व्हेन everyone cooperates how presenters work hard develop slides develop materials and audience respects the presenter by listening to them okay here is step 2. So do you want to be recorded or not recorded? It's okay? Okay, good. You have slides of paper. You use paper with this pen. And here is our mic. Amisha will keep.
as capital or economic resources? First of all, we should know that what does culture as capital or economic resources means. In many parts of the world, especially in capitalist system, culture is viewed through an economic lens. That means we often define countries by their marketing potential, buying power, how rich they are, what they can produce, what they can buy, etc. For example, taking an example of Kathmandu, Kathmandu culture as a local culture, Kathmandu culture is an economic resource. In Kathmandu, local culture like traditional crafts, handmade jewelry and art that attract many tourists. People even buy pashmina, handmade art and jewelries, and they were visited for heritage site. This also help local business to earn money. So the unique culture of Kathmandu is also the source of capital. Overall, we can see that culture is not just about identity, but it can also be used for economic growth, through tourism and export and cultural side as well. So moving toward another topic that is called culture as a product. First of all, we should know that what does culture as a product means. When you say culture is a product, we means like a part of culture like fashion, mood, food, music, etc. That things are turned into a global market. And there is one example called the Barbie doll. The Barbie doll was created in America by an American woman. She represents a lifestyle or ideal of American culture, and the Barbie is spread worldwide, and that turns into a global product. It shows how an American culture influences other culture as well. And taking another example of K-pop music, as we all know that K-pop music is a Korean band, and we suppose that a Korean band is just about a song, but they are fully a product, like their moves, like their dance, like their culture, like their songs are sold globally. Even the fans around the world are buying their album as well. This was how a Korean culture turned into a global product. And it's evident that how a piece of one culture is rooted in one place can be turned into a global product and sold worldwide. So moving to our third topic, that is culture as politics and ideology. So first of all, we should know that what does culture as politics and ideology means. Culture as politics and ideology means using culture to spread political ideas and maintain control over the nation. Sometimes it also criticized for pushing one country's ideas into another. For example, the US created a peace corps that is to teach democracy to other countries as well, but it was sometimes criticized for pushing or forcing US ideas as well. So there is another statement that powerful people use culture to stay powerful. For example, the US news during the Gulf War in 1991, they were only focuses on American military success, and they were ignored the civilian data of Italy. So overall, we can see that culture is not just about tradition, but it can be used as a tool by powerful groups to spread political ideas and maintain control over it. So moving toward our fourth topic, that is called culture as psychology, overview or style of thinking and speaking. This is our fourth and the last topic, that is cultural psychology, worldview, style of thinking and speaking. First of all, we should know that what does cultural psychology means. It means that culture says how we feel, think, behave emotionally and mentally as well. For example, in some culture, like showing emotion, like laughing loudly and crying loudly is encouraged, while in other culture, they are taught to stay calm and controlled. So culture doesn't just tell you what to do, it actually says how you feel and process things inside your mind, inside your heart as well. So culture as worldview or style of thinking and speaking means that culture says how people see life, time, relationships, nature by outside, like a mental map of reality. So that's
Thank you. Who was given next after this Amisa, right? Subhigya, who is Subhigya? You met last time? Last time? Subhigya. Aditi, you met? Aditi. Nasana, made a presentation. Kavya, you met last time? Pratyush, you met last time? Before you come here, is it okay being recorded or you put the camera down? Huh? Okay, come. Where is the mic? Where is the mic? Amisha? Amisha? Please, no, that's all you love. Do not help your friends unnecessarily. This will hinder their learning process. Let them feel the difficulty, let them try and make them learn.
PowerPoint वाला बोला क्या बैक करो one more time एक वीडियो वाले करो तो बैक PowerPoint अभी play
So this we are being recorded on camera and this recording is obviously YouTube. Is it okay? Okay, get it. Listen to him carefully and make notes. While presenter was present, try to understand the topic, make notes.
Good morning, everyone. Today I am here to present on the four topics that have been assigned from the chapter from the understanding multicultural identities, namely cultural communication. So our first topic is about multivocality and
Interpolated cultural
interpolated cultural identities. So multivocality refers to the idea that every person has multiple identities and they are shaped by personal experiences and social influences.
Give your example. What are your multiple identities? Right now in this class, you are a presenter. If you become the present, you are a student. What are your other identities? Right?
My identity might be son or a brother.
Brother, good. So at home you are son and brother. In class you are a student. Here you are a presenter. Are you a boyfriend? Suppose boyfriend. If you are dating, you can be a boyfriend, right? If you are with a girl, you are a boyfriend, right? Go on.
This means that we don't just have one personality or identity, or we have multiple ones. For someone, we might be a husband to someone, we might be a son to someone, we might be a brother or someone, we might be a friend.
A person has many identities in their life. That's the point.
In the context of the text, in the paragraph, the author has given an example of an African American woman whose identity is African American and a woman and a professor.
African American woman professor. Same person has 4 identities. Professor, woman, African American.
When she's just
This is Mary Jane Collier's identity. Mary Jane is a professor. She is African American. She is a woman.
while she's walking down the street, she's just her identity is just African American woman. But once she enters the college, she's a professor.
When place changes, your identity changes, right?
Moving on to interpolation. Interpolation refers to what when society tells you who you are. We don't always choose our identity by ourselves.
Can you give me an example? What is interpolation? Other people create your identity. Other influences create your identity. The society creates your identity. Can you give me an example how this happens?
In schools or colleges, a student might be considered a troublemaker or a bad student.
Okay, the teacher calls somebody as a troublemaker. So the teacher created that identity as a troublemaker at that place at that time. Right?
So, moving on to the next topic. Our next topic is about abort and
Ascription. Identity creation through avowal and ascription.
Avowal refers to the people defining their own cultural identity. This means that we choose how we want to be and how to identify ourselves.
Okay, listen carefully. Briefly, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
My name is Bharat.
Okay, my name is Pratyush Shrestha.
And I live nearby in Kathmandu area.
Okay. Who you are, where you live, something to tell more about you. Introduce yourself.
I am 20 years old.
Good. Go on, tell more about yourself.
And
I'm a student. I study BBA. So when he tells about himself, that is avowal. That is avowal. Okay, who is your close friend in this class? Sushant? Dikshan. Okay, Dikshan. So very briefly, come this. Okay, introduce Pratyush Maharaj. We don't know Pratyush. You tell us about Pratyush. Class, listen. Okay, look what he said. Look. How useful. What's his name? Dixon said he is a tall and lanky fellow. But he did not say that. Now look, when he says he is tall and lanky fellow, he is ascribing an identity. He is imposing an identity. He is creating an identity. Okay, tall and lanky fellow. Okay, you say something about Pratyush. We don't know about Pratyush. You introduce Pratyush. Like he's a tall, lanky fellow. You say something. Quickly. Don't waste time. He's your classmate. You have seen him for many weeks, months by now. Introduce him. Quickly. He is? Okay. Simple. Very simple. He is my classmate. So she ascribed the identity of classmate upon him. So ascription is how other people see you. Avowal is how you see yourself. Very clear? Go on.
Yes. Now moving on to ascription. Ascription is when others assign cultural identity to us. This means that other people label us based on their views or assumptions.
Okay. People label you. Has anybody ever labeled you? Like anything? Have they labeled any word for you to indicate you?
When I was in school, I used to be considered a bachelor.
You were considered to be a?
Someone who is not considered to be good at studies.
Okay. So they labeled you as a poor child, let's say? That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. For example, I was in India. And some students from my class who didn't like me labeled me as Bahadur. And they would call me A Bahadur. And I felt very insulted. That's ascription. That is ascription. Have you ever been labeled by anybody in a bad way? They labeled you and you didn't like? I mean, have you ever been labeled by somebody you didn't like? Share an experience.
When I first came to
Ah, they said you're a friend of Chinese, right? With chinky eyes. Chinky eyes. So Abid says, you came to Nepal from where? From where? Huh? From Singapore. You were born in Singapore? Born, brought up in Singapore? Okay, so calling somebody a Chinese, that's labeling. That's ascription. Other people creating your identity. Go on.
Description and vocabulary are both working. Sometimes what we say sometimes how we perceive ourselves might not necessarily mean others will also feel like ours.
The way we look at ourselves and the way other people look at ourselves may differ. For example, in the previous class, I called Fiona. Said, Fiona, give me an adjective. I was listening. She said, you are a dominating teacher. But I never thought I'm dominating. But my students perceive that I'm dominating. I think I'm not dominating. They think I'm dominating. Raise your hand in this class if you feel that Divakar sir is a dominating teacher. Raise your hand. But in that class, somebody thought I'm dominating. But personally, I don't think I'm dominating. See the difference? What is the way you see yourself and the way other people see you may differ. Go on.
Moving on to the next topic. Science and
Salience.
Salience and intensity. Salience refers to situations in which certain identities stand out. Beyond identities like nationality, gender, religion, or different situations than the others. This means that in different situations, one of our personalities shine more than the other. For example, my personality as a presenter is outshining my personality as a student.
Good example. Participating in a protest with national flag, right? Then our identity will be more salient as national identity, right? Nepali flag, right? Let's go. What is intensity?
Intensity refers to moments when we strongly feel or express a particular identity in a moment. This means sometimes we feel more involved in certain parts of our identity.
Can you give an example?
For example, if I visit China, my identity as a tourist will
Be more what do you call intense, right? You will be a tourist there. Good example. Go on.
enduring and changing property of identity. Cultural identities can stay the same for a long time, but they can also change over time. They are constructed by history and new experiences, and people continue to reshape them or reconstruct them.
Can you give an example of enduring identity in this class? Whose idea is enduring? For example, for how long have you been a student? For the last 15 years, I guess. At least 15 years, 14 years. So for 14 years, you carry the idea of a student. Like where did that ID card? Can you give this? Ayush, can you this? Your Ayush. So you carry this ID as a student for 14 years, right? I'm carrying the ID of a teacher for 35 years. That is enduring. ID, that is long life. For example, you are a human being, a lifelong identity. Will be human till we die, right? Identity that does not change over time is enduring. And ID that keeps changing. Right now, she is a student. When she goes home, somebody might come, Didi, how is that? She becomes Didi. Somebody might come, sorry, how? She becomes sorry. So ID keeps changing, right? Go on.
For example, our, in the 1970s or 80s or even 90s, BBA was considered to be a norm. But as time passed by and culture started changing, the BBA started to normalize.
So in the 80s, 90s, identifying yourself with third gender was very difficult, right? Because you were not accepted. But there is a beautiful play, if you like to read. Somebody go to YouTube and watch it. It's about third gender. Angels in America. Angels in America is a play written about American gay people, first who were identified with AIDS, and they were discarded, they were punished, killed, they suffered. Angels are the gay people. The gay people are portrayed as angels. I forgot the author's name. Wonderful play. I guess there should be a play on YouTube as well. What did I say? Angels in America. Yes, go on.
So our cultural identity can change because of things like politics, the economy, society, emotional things, whatever cultures are. This means that everything around us affects our change.
Right now we are Republicans, right? But 30 years ago we were kingdom, right? We were kingdom. The kingdom. Yes, when the political system changes or idea change, economy, Nepal is a developing country. So people say Nepalese are people from developing country, right? Society, like what is society? Let's go. That's all. Give me a hand. Garima, is she present?
Yes, sir.
You are? Come and present quickly. Power and activism.
So this time is on and
Hello, please, what do you mean? Power and activism. I don't know Nepali.
I have not got.
Brought what? No problem. Come and speak. Come, take a book.
Sorry, sir, time.
Go to present today. Go, go. Let's see how who is the next one?
45 minutes then, sir.
Sorry, will you present? No. Be careful. Will you present? No? So tomorrow. So we stop the class here. Make sure you are ready with the presentation. Do not deny. Thank you.